Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Emily. And we're back again.
We are back. Episode 2. We want to say thank you to everyone who listened to episode 1.
Yeah.
And gave us feedback.
Yeah, it was fun to, our friends, we got to see a bunch of you this week. So it was good to, hear what you guys liked about it, hear your feedback and stuff like that. Yeah. So we appreciate it because... If you don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, this is still episode 2. We're still trying to figure it out. So if you're watching the video, you can probably tell we're in a different location. We're just back a little bit, but we're just playing around with things, seeing what works best, seeing what we like.
And the best setup, because we don't, again, know what we're doing. Yeah. So we're here and we're trying this one out this week.
So if you have any thoughts, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we're open to suggestions.
For sure.
But one thing we want to start doing on every episode is kind of talking about our week and something that we loved and something we hated that happened during the week. Yeah. So I'll start with the thing I hated, and that was the snow we got last week. I hate the snow. I hate the winter. I hate it all. If it could just be 95 degrees, sunny.
Terrible.
80% humidity all the time, that's my dream.
Trash. I hate that so much.
So moving into March and still getting snow it's upsetting on the deepest level to me. But what can we do? I guess that comes with Utah, whatever.
Yeah.
Happens every year. Yeah.
It does, so it's nothing to complain about.
But it's really upsetting to me because we had some beautiful days there for a little while and it looked like it was over.
It's coming back.
And then it started snowing. Except there's a windstorm today, so that's great. Wind advisory. But
yeah,
we love spring in Utah. It's a whole roller coaster.
No, it is.
But anyways, my least favorite part of the week, that was my least favorite. My favorite part of the week is I recently started Pilates. And oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I love it so much. Me and our other roommate, we're going. And it's just so much fun. It's such a good workout. It's like something that you have to do, and you're led by an instructor, so you don't have to come up with it yourself.
That's the worst
part. It is a wonderful, wonderful exercise, and I love it.
Yeah.
I used to be really, really, really consistent about going to the gym for 5 years or something like that, and then I stopped, and I was never able to find something again that I liked enough to keep going. But this I really like. It's been a week, and I'm loving it. So keep your fingers crossed I can keep up with this Pilates thing.
There you
I'm
go.
Loving it.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a blast. So that's good. So, okay. So what I liked about this week is Swig, our favorite thing ever, if you're watching.
We love Swig.
We love Swig. It is Free Swig Month. And they started their competitions this last week.
Our March Madness.
No, seriously. We spend so much time and effort and money going to Swig for this month of free Swig for a year. Mm-hmm. So this week is free bingo cards.
Yes, it is.
So I have gone multiple times a day to get different bingo cards because I want to win free Swig for a year. Well, what do we
love more than anything in the world?
Swig.
What else? Bingo. Put them together. It's the most beautiful marriage of happiness and joy.
It really is, because truthfully, 95% of the time of my life, you can either find me with a swig in my hand or playing bingo.
Yes.
Those are the two things that I enjoy most
consistently.
Yes. Most consistent, that's what I love to do.
Yes.
So to put them together is the best. And so I'm really happy about this.
At the end of the month, they do Swig Clue. And holy cow, it's my Super Bowl. It is the most exciting
we'll go
in
through
the entire year.
We're going to have to talk a lot about Swig Clue when that is popping up, because it's actually the best thing ever.
It's so fun.
And I can't wait for that week. So
I love Swig.
So that's my good thing about this week.
That's a great thing.
My hate for the week, something that was truthfully the worst thing, is I took our cat, little Paisley, to the groomers.
Yes.
And when I tell you it was the worst experience of my whole life, not an exaggeration. So let's take it back. Let's hear the story. So about 2 weeks ago now, I was in charge of taking Paisley to the groomer. So I took Paisley to the groomer place, and they said, oh, we can't groom her. Her shots are out of date. And I was like, that's a lie. We got her shots done in August, and they said, no, you did not take her to the vet, get shots, and come back. And I was like, awesome, great. So that's what I did. I took her to the vet, and the vet thing went fine. Like, it was good to go. Easy, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then I took her in the next Monday to the groomers. And Paisley is an anxious car rider.
She is. She also, to preface, this cat has long, beautiful black fur.
Yes.
Like the most beautiful cat in the whole entire world.
So pretty.
But because her hair is so long and so thick, it mats really bad and she sheds really bad.
Yeah.
So she gets groomed once every 6-ish months.
Yeah. So we groom her, whatever. So like it's not uncommon for her to get groomed.
We've done this before.
But we took her to a new place this time, and she's already like an anxious car rider. So
she pooped all over me once in the car. It was violent.
Yeah, that's
a story.
That was a long time ago. But she was having a hard time that morning, specifically like getting into her carrier, and the drive over was really hard. So she was really upset by the time we even got to the groomer. Mm-hmm. And then I get to the groomer. And it was so bad. It was just the worst thing ever. She's crying. She does not want to be left. And then there's dogs in the waiting room. Aww. And it was not good. And I was like, how long is this going to take? And they're like, it should take about 2 hours. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I leave Paisley. And then I go home and I go to work. And I'm working and I get a call. And they said that Paisley is like so anxious that like they started to groom her. But then they couldn't because she was like trying to bite the worker. And so they said, we have put her in her own room for a little while. We're going to give her some time to cool off. And then we'll be back. Try again. And I said, great. Yeah. Thank you for taking care of my cat.
Yes.
2 hours later. So now Paisley's been at the groomer for 4 hours. 2 hours later, I get a call and they said, Paisley has not calmed down. She's still really anxious, and we can't finish her grooming. And I was like, excuse me? Finish? And they said, yeah, she's not going to look quite how you want her to. And I was like, okay. And they said, but don't worry. We're only going to charge you half because it's not what you want. And I was like,
you said, the job is not done. Why am I being charged at all?
Exactly. And so whatever. It's so annoying. So then I was like, I don't know what Paisley's going to look like when I pick her up, and I don't want to go by myself. So I went and I got our mom, and I took her to go to pick up Paisley with me. And we all, like, we knew it was going to be bad. Mm-hmm. We just knew it was not going to be good. Mm-hmm. I pick her up. She's just crying in the
poor cat
in the lobby. They charged me $30. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So I take Paisley and we take her home. And when we let her out of her little like carrier, it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
It was like, the worst. She looked like she'd been in a fight.
Like, it's so bad. So bad. And, like, she has parts of her fur are gone. And, like, she has this tuft that goes over her head. And
into a little arrow.
An arrow. So
our mother so lovingly refers to her as the Lost Airbender.
Yeah. Like, it's not good. And, like, the worst part is they shaved everywhere but her butthole.
Yes.
So she has a hairy butthole.
Has just a nice little surrounding bum, just fluffy as ever.
But, like, it's only, like, a little strip of her butt. And it's so...
Like, they shaved right on off her body and never made that turn.
And never made the turn to the bum.
So it is just...
It's bad. And it's so bad. And poor Paisley, like, was so stressed.
She was traumatized.
Could not, like, do anything. She can't regulate her own body temperature because it's all, like... Because her fur is missing in weird spots, that it's not even.
Back to the snow. She can't regulate her body temperature. It's snowing outside. This poor cat.
It's so bad. And
she's just been sitting by the fireplace
She's been sitting by the fireplace in her warm blanket or just, like... cuddled up to somebody, and it's just depressing.
It's so sad. And she knows she's ugly.
Yeah.
It's the worst part is she knows she's ugly.
Yeah.
And she's ashamed.
She is. And she like hides.
She should be. She is ugly.
And it's not her fault.
No.
It's the groomer's fault. Yeah. So don't worry. I did get her rescheduled a week from Monday. She's going to the vet. The normal vet groomers, because they use anesthetic to put your cat to take a nap while it gets groomed.
Yes.
Because cats are not
obviously.
Good.
it's not going to go well if you just
Obviously.
take clippers to this awake cat.
Yeah. So she's going to get fixed and it'll look a lot better. But until then, we're all just pretty depressed and upset
really
by
sad.
it.
We're really sad. This poor kitty.
And I just, like, don't even know. I don't even know what to do for her, and I'm just sad. So that's what I hated this week is our cat getting groomed.
I think that's very fair.
Because it was traumatizing.
It was traumatizing.
Oh
This
my
poor
gosh.
cat. She just, like, for days after, she just demanded to be held. She was
She
so
still
sad.
does, basically.
So sad.
It's-
Poor kitty cat.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
So that's the hate of the week.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It was a very, very sad week for our cat.
Yeah.
All right, next. Following up from last week, we're going back to Ariana Grande. Her album came out last Friday. As an Ariana Grande fan, I listened to it. I love it. It might be my favorite. It's still, Sweetener was my favorite before, so they're still up against each other, but it's so good. It's so, so good.
That's good.
I love it. And I know you're not a fan, so
I
you
don't-
haven't listened to it.
I haven't listened to it. I won't listen.
But it's
like,
so good.
I won't listen to it on my own volition. Like, if I'm in the car with Abby and she turns it on, that's fine. I don't really care. But I'm never going to be like, you know what I want to listen to? Ariana Grande's new album.
It's so good.
That is not my jam.
It's so good.
But
yeah. Part 2 of her interview with Zach Singh came out. They went over the track lists and over every song and kind of talked about the different meanings behind the songs, what's the truth, what's, you know, just a made-up story to go, because it is a concept album, so
Right.
to kind of go with the story and, like, just her different emotions and things for the songs. And it was really good. But it's such a good album.
well, that's good.
And she released her music video for We Can't Be Friends.
I saw that.
And it's so good. And the whole album is based off, it's kind of taking inspiration from Eternal Sunrise or Sunshine of the Mindless Soul, something like that. I can't remember what the movie's called. But it's this movie with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet in it. And it's about these two people, they're in a relationship and then they break up, and she like wants to get him removed from her memory. So she goes and gets all of these memories either changed or removed to kind of erase this person from her life. So the music video takes largely is inspired by that. So there's different scenes in there of her and Evan Peters, who I've been saying for years is gorgeous, and everyone thought I was crazy. He is gorgeous, and he's gorgeous in this music video, but he's been gorgeous forever
and ever.
Forever. I love him. But so they're just taking different like situations and things, and people are kind of wondering if this one's more about Mac than it is about Dalton. Because like in one of the scenes, she like is lying on the doctor's chair or whatever with the thing getting her mind erased, and she like has her necklace, and it was a necklace that he gave her, and she's kind of like, oh, I just want to keep this one thing, you know, but they're like, no, we have to get rid of everything. Like, in order for this to be successful, you have to get rid of everything.
Right.
So the necklace becomes like a dog collar, and the dog is Mac's dog or symbolic. I don't know if it's the exact dog, but symbolic of Mac's dog, who she adopted after he passed away. So there's a lot of things like that, but it's a beautiful, beautiful album, and I love it so much.
There you go.
But she also did an interview with Zach Lowe on Apple, and they were talking about how, you know, you take pretty like upsetting events or traumatic events like a divorce or a breakup, and you make it into this emotional and beautiful album that tells that story but is also relatable for everyone else who's listening to it. And he said he just did an interview with another artist who did this, like a similar thing with this breakup album, but it's still relatable and all these things. And so I wonder if it's Tortured Poets.
I hope
if it's
it is.
Taylor Swift, because to me it sounded like it. He didn't say any names or anything because obviously it hasn't come out yet, the interview, but I hope it's Tortured Poets, because Taylor Swift doesn't do interviews like that very often, if at all, really.
Yeah.
So to get something like that, especially for this album,
would be really cool.
so cool.
So we can hope.
But yeah. But the Ariana album is so good. And Yes And is the worst song, so.
Why is it a lead single then?
She said because it's the one that stood on its own the best, which, yeah.
I don't love the idea of only picking, like, singles because they stand out on their own. I think you just pick the best songs.
No, I agree. But I think there's a level to the marketing and the label and things like that that we don't understand.
That we're not privy to, but whatever.
But also, I think a lot of people, you know, have their opinions about her personal life right now, and as do I. But the thing that I don't understand is that we have such this, like, invasion of privacy and of, like, personal space with these celebrities that, like, we don't know everything. We see what they want us to see or what we get to see, but we don't know these people's lives. We don't know everything that goes on. So for people to, like, pick apart celebrities' personal lives, and, like, this goes for anyone, like, blind items, I do not like blind items. I just feel like we treat these people like they're not real people.
I get that.
And it bothers me. So I am separating the art from the artist and saying it's an incredible album because it is an incredible album.
There you go.
So that's all I have to say about Ariana.
I just don't even like her music, so, like,
I know.
I don't.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't like her personal life, and I don't like her music. So
that's fair.
All around, not an Ariana Grande fan.
I do like her music. I think it's really good.
So there you go. No, that's fine. Okay, so one thing we've been noticing on TikTok, which I realized after last week, all of our topics started with, we saw this on TikTok.
But that's how most of our conversations anyways start. Everything we see is on TikTok.
It comes off TikTok. But one thing that's been kind of going viral is this week, Madonna had a concert, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, but she, like, stops the concert, like, mid-concert, to call out this singular person who's not standing up and dancing along with everybody else, to, like, be like, why aren't you up?
Why aren't you up?
This is crazy.
You need to stand up.
You need to stand up. You need to do this. Turns out, homeboy is in a wheelchair.
It is the most painful video to watch. It's so bad.
It is. It's
so cringy.
It's almost worse than freaking Lorde shushing the audience. And then she sings off tune.
Oh, that's the funniest video of all time.
It's so bad, though. And, like, oh my gosh.
It's so bad. I'm not a Madonna fan at all. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the perspective of someone who enjoys her music. But who the heck does she think she is?
I know.
To stop the concert, like, stop everyone else from enjoying their time, to point out this singular person who, even if they weren't in a wheelchair, it does not matter if they're standing or sitting. Some people don't want to stand. Some people, maybe that person was just there with a friend who really liked Madonna, and they were just there
to hang out with their friend and support their friend.
They could sit.
Oh my gosh.
Why is Madonna stopping the concert to call out people in the audience? It bothers me so bad.
Well, and, like, her concerts just seem like chaos. I mean, she's starting 3+ hours late.
Yes. She's not going on till, like, 11 o'clock at night.
And that's when the show's supposed to be ending.
Yes.
And, like, I mean, obviously Madonna, something is going on with her. I mean, there's just a lot there. So, like, who knows what is going on. But, like, dude, like, I think that's one thing I like with this Madonna thing. I'm like, why would you single out the one person? Because I feel like Lorde and Madonna, and don't quote me, I think Adele has stopped a concert to, like, and, like, I feel like there's an influx of celebrities and artists stopping concerts to point out, like, these singular negative people, not even negative, but, like, people that aren't the majority, you know what I mean? And, like, then ruining it for the majority, because the rest of the time they're like, oh shoot, I can't ever sit down, I can't look away because Madonna's gonna yell at me from the stage.
She's gonna call me out from the stage.
And, like, I just think about how horrible that is, because
I know, because we love concerts. We go to as many concerts as we can.
We go to them all the time.
They're my favorite pastime.
And I just think that, like, okay, case in point, so we went to the Jonas Brothers a couple times this past year. We love
the Jonas Brothers. They're incredible.
Joe, hit us up. But no, so we love the Jonas Brothers, and one of the concerts, the Salt Lake concert, we were really close.
Yeah,
we were within 5 6 feet of the stage, which was so cool.
So fun. I got the greatest picture of Joe Jonas ever. So if you want it, give me a call.
So we were so close, and so we had a different level of interaction with the performers, with the Jonas Brothers, than like a lot of people would. Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine spending that kind of money, and then Joe Jonas looking down at us, being like, "You're not dancing hard enough.
You're not dancing hard enough.
You don't know all of the exact words to Australia. Come on."
Yes.
Like, I could not imagine that.
I feel like even, like, it would absolutely ruin it for the person they call out. But it would ruin it for everybody. Like, I can't, like, and I wonder if maybe it goes back to, like, the Travis Scott thing where he did not address the problem going on in the audience. So now people are overcorrecting and trying to make sure everyone's having a great time.
But okay, I think that's different though, because like with, I think I've seen Kelsey Ballerini and some of them do it. They're stopping it because either they're getting stuff thrown on the stage or there's an actual emergency.
Yes.
Madonna was stopping it because a guy was sitting down.
Yes, no, absolutely.
And she wasn't calling out to like look for safety. She was calling out to be like, homeboy, why aren't you doing this? And
I went to the Sabrina Carpenter concert last year. And there were a couple people who passed out. So she stopped the concert, made sure everyone had water, was like, getting people medical attention if they needed it. So I think, but I just wonder if there's now a like hyper fixation on the crowd that there wasn't before.
Maybe.
Where they're taking it. I mean, again, they are very different things. But people are just paying attention to the crowd more.
Yeah. But then again, if you're paying attention to the crowd more,
why can't you see everyone else who is having a great time?
Because if Madonna had to
why does it matter?
I know, why does it matter? They paid you.
Yes.
Like they paid,
whether they're standing and dancing around or like sitting there in their wwheelchair, it does not affect you.
It doesn't affect you. They paid you for them to be there. Like it's crazy, and I just think that like I like, thank goodness like none of the performers we've ever seen like have done that or like been tards, but like I can't even imagine.
I know,
because like mixed with Madonna starting 3 hours late and then calling out people, it's like
it's probably midnight. The person's probably tired.
They're probably
if they want to
tired.
sit, they can sit.
And like I just think there's a whole bunch of other artists that are so much more professional at this point, and like thank goodness Taylor Swift started 20 minutes early.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible.
That was amazing. It
was so incredible.
Had no clue, and it was so good. Like, and I just think about stuff like that. Like, there's just such a different level of performance, and I just if you're gonna, don't call out fans for sitting down. Like, I think it's such a missed thing, and
it just ruins the experience for everyone there.
Yeah,
and that's not what you as the artist are there to do.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
I don't know. I can't stand it. I don't like Madonna, so
I don't either.
I'm maybe a little biased about it, but like, I don't know. I'm just glad that like there's people that aren't doing it.
But like even the Lorde one, which is the funniest video of all time. If you've never seen it, just Google Lorde shushing her audience. She was shushing everyone. She wasn't singling out.
Which is so weird.
It was so weird. But I think it's something she'd done or something. Like it was something.
I'm sure there was a point behind it.
There was a point behind it, but
so
it was
stupid.
It was bizarre.
It was so bizarre.
So funny. So funny.
But
she was shushing everyone. She wasn't calling out the singular person. Like, I would be so embarrassed if that was me.
No, I agree.
Like, we went to the Jonas Brothers in Nashville last year as well. And we went full out. We dressed up as them from the 2008 Disney Channel games. And like wigs, I was Kevin. I had sideburns.
We
matched the shoes.
We matched everything. So we've seen a couple of people like we weren't the most original idea by dressing up as the Jonas Brothers from the Disney Channel games. There were a lot less of us, but there were
definitely people who have and continue to do that.
Yeah, but no one else has committed as hard as we have. People like Abby said, she had the sideburns,
the mutton chops.
We got every outfit. We figured out their poses so we could recreate their pictures poses. And like. I don't know. Yeah, it was.
But we went so hard at that concert. We were dancing and jamming our little hearts out.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where, I think the lady next to you was a little bit annoyed, but.
Oh, well.
we had people like all night coming, like afterwards, coming up to us and being like, you guys were so much fun. Like, I wish I was you. Like, just having so much fun. Because we were in Nashville. We didn't know anybody. Like, we were just there to have a good time.
Yeah. We made friends. Like,
yeah, we made friends.
Oh my heck, Denise.
We love you.
We love you.
Shout out. We love you. But like, if someone, like, not even an artist, but like someone else in the crowd would have been like, you guys look stupid, stop. Like, that's such a vulnerable place to be. Like, if someone would have said that, like, it would have ruined the whole trip, basically.
Yeah, because we were in a very vulnerable position, being in costume.
In, like, hardcore costume.
And, hardcore costume. It just... people, like, concerts are so much fun, and I think, like, I really think Eras Tour has done something so cool of making concerts these events where you dress up, you prepare, and you want to, like, think of something clever and do friendship bracelets and stuff,
like, interact with the other people who are there, and, like, it's such an escape that, like, for the artist to, like, diminish that is so frustrating.
It's so frustrating, and so this Madonna stuff, you'll never catch me at a Madonna concert, if I'm being honest. So, and
I always say I'll go to any concert. I don't care. I'll go. I love concerts. I would not go to Madonna, especially after everything that's
gone on. But yeah,
but I could talk about concerts forever.
Yeah,
but
it's all good. So moving on. Oscar Sunday.
Oscars were last Sunday.
Award season has officially ended,
and I'm upset about it.
Me too.
We usually don't watch award shows. I don't like. I'll usually look at the fashion, a week or so after. But other than that, I don't really pay attention.
And I don't care who's nominated.
Not at all.
Like, it's just not something I care about.
This year, we paid so close attention, and we watched them all. We had such a good time. We were in. We were in it. We were in award season.
Yeah.
So that's over. That's very sad.
There were so many good things that honestly I'm really sad award season is ending, because
so many things deserve every award ever.
I'm gonna miss all the Barbie press. Like, I'm gonna miss Barbie press. I'm gonna miss.
Loved Barbie.
I'm gonna miss Billie Eilish singing at every award show possible. Like, there's just so many things that I'm gonna miss from award season, and I'm like really bummed out that it's over.
Yeah, and I think because. I didn't see very many movies last year in the theater, but the ones I did see, I saw at least 3 times.
We committed,
and we went to every. Barbie was one of them, and I think Barbie was such an important and well done movie that to have it kind of like award season being over, kind of like it's over now. It's over. Gone. Yeah. There's not the same conversation and the hype around the movie as it is. Yeah. So to have that gone is kind of sad.
It's sad. And like to have, like truly, I think one of the highlights of the Barbie movie was Billie Eilish's "What Was I Made For?"
On it, like one of top 5 songs ever written. It's such an incredible song.
And just her performance and like the vulnerability in the performances.
It is beautiful.
So good. So it's been so fun at every award show to watch her and Phineas perform this. And honestly,
sweep the floor because
it's so good. But honestly, I'm so sad that we're not going to see it live anymore.
I know.
Like, she's not going to be just like performing it at the Grammys next year, or at the Oscars or Golden Globes. Like that stuff just isn't going to happen. And I'm sad because
it is such a good song.
So good.
I literally can't watch it or listen to it without crying. Yeah. Because I was telling Emily, 23 is my tender year. I have been out of touch with my emotions for 23 years. Something happened when I turned 23, and I am in touch with the emotions, and I am crying I literally started choking up about something I saw today. I can't remember what it was.
We love that.
I'm crying all the time. But this song literally makes me cry.
Every time.
Every single
time.
Like, even if I just read the words, tears.
Like,
think about the music video. Tears.
Just think about what's going on while
think about
in the Barbie movie.
The montage in the Barbie movie. Oh, tears.
I can't hear freaking Rhea Perlman say anything without just sobbing, because
we loved the Barbie movie, and we can't talk about it too much. Our mom really wants to join us for the Barbie movie episode, so we'll do a whole episode on the Barbie movie, and Judy will join us
because we have a lot of thoughts.
We have so many thoughts, but I loved the Barbie movie so much, and now it's over, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little upset about Greta not getting director
and Margot
not getting actress. There's all these things, but it's okay.
It's okay. Another thing that happened at the Oscars that went along with Barbie is I'm Just Ken. Ryan Gosling.
No one has ever committed to the bit like
so
Ryan Gosling
hard.
did for Ken.
He really, wow.
Incredible.
Like, truly, the fact he didn't win the Oscar.
Oh, I know.
Like, I'm sorry. Yes, I haven't seen Oppenheimer, so I can't quite tell you. And I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. deserved his Oscar. But he's never committed to the role like Ryan Gosling has.
No.
He hasn't made up crap in his interviews about Kenergy.
No.
And like what it is.
He became Ken for all of last year.
And I'm sad that it's over.
Yes, me too.
Also,
the fact that he performed I'm Just Ken at the Oscars.
The most prestigious award show.
The funniest thing in the whole entire world. Where he's walking around, throwing the mic in people's faces, having people sing along with him. Slash is there.
These are the
Wolfie's there.
You'd expect from like the MTV Music Awards.
This is the Oscars.
It's the nice. It just kills me.
Well, just in the juxtaposition of Billy and Phineas, and just like the beauty,
the passion, and the beauty, like behind it.
Well,
and then,
there was plenty of passion,
and
I'm just kidding.
Sorry,
wrong word.
Sorry,
but the beauty and the grandeur and the elegance of.
I think elegance is a great word. And then you flip
what was I made for?
I'm Just Ken, and
holy cow, it changed my life. It was really the performance of the year.
Yeah.
And it's only March. Nothing can beat that.
Nothing will beat I'm Just Ken at the Oscars.
The entire cast back up there. Simu. I love Simu so much. Seeing him up there, incredible.
Yeah.
The choreography, the reference to Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
The homage. It was so good.
Beautiful.
It was so good. I loved it so much. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I'm sad awards are over. Okay, best and worst dress though, because this is what I always do pay attention to.
Yes, I do always pay attention to the fact.
Worst dress for me, and might be semi-controversial, Emily Blunt.
See, she wasn't worst dressed for me, but I did not like her. Hers was it was a miss. It could have been great, but it was a miss.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because her glam, her hair, her makeup, everything
looked so good.
It was gorgeous.
The dress was just such a flop.
It just didn't do it for me.
I think it's okay. So my best dressed, Florence Pugh.
She looked incredible. She
was
incredible.
So good. So her dress, like they both had those weird, like lifted shoulders, and it was like weird. Okay, whatever. But Florence's, like the bodice of her dress, fit all the way to the shoulders, where Emily's stuck out like it didn't fit.
It didn't look very intentional,
and it just wasn't. It wasn't great. Florence though, she
looked incredible.
I love Florence Pugh.
I do too.
So much.
I do too. She looked so good.
I adore her. I just love her so much. So she was my best dressed. Emily's for the sheer fact that it just didn't look like it fit.
It was just a miss.
Because I feel like a lot of other people, even if their dresses weren't great, they at least looked like they fit.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily's just didn't.
Yes.
So that's all.
Yeah, I loved Florence. I loved Emma Stone's. She wears those, straight, strapless dresses like all the time, but they just look so good on her.
Yeah.
No one looks better in a strapless dress than she does.
I agree. It's wild. Yeah, no, I agree on that one. So
I feel like a lot of the fashion was pretty
boring.
meh.
It was kind of boring this year.
Like Zendaya looked gorgeous. Her dress was gorgeous, but I think just like compared to the Dune press tour she's been doing, where all of her outfits are just
wild,
groundbreaking, and incredible and different all the time, this was just kind of boring.
It was just like,
but it was beautiful. Meh. She looked beautiful, but it was just kind of meh.
No, I agree. But it was pretty. Yeah. But like I didn't feel like there was anything.
I have a worst dressed. I just thought of the worst dressed. Ariana Grande. Going back to Ariana Grande.
Oh my gosh.
The dress. Bad. It looks so bad. I don't know. Bad. I think it's because she's just such a small person,
and she was just. It looked like wrapped at like crumpled up tissue paper.
Yeah, like and like her one gray Grammy dress that was huge and beautiful. But she looked so good in it. This was not it.
This was not good.
And not even worse, her hair. Her hair was so bad. It's gone. She's bleached its last bleach, and it will never be seen again because it's fried.
It's fried. If you zoomed in, it's so fried. And it's crazy because why didn't she just wear a wig? She was on SNL the night before, and she was wearing wigs the entire time.
And it looked great.
And they looked great.
Yes.
Why did she not wear a wig? Come on.
Because it made her look old and sick. Like, the hair color, being fried, like, it made her look old and sick.
I hate her as a blonde.
I don't mind her as a blonde when it's, like, fresh and done right, the right tone and everything. I think it looks fine.
I've come to a conclusion about people in blonde hair. Because as someone who has naturally blonde hair, but also bleaches her hair to make it even blonder, I see all these, like, influencers and stuff going for platinum blonde hair right now.
Like Camila Cabello,
Deanna whatever on TikTok, Dylan Mulvaney, like, all these people who are, like, naturally really dark, thick
they're
hair.
all, like, either Italian or Latino, like, or Latina,
and, like,
all of these extremely dark
people, and then they go for these platinum blonde hair. Unpopular opinion, not the move. I don't like it. As a Scandinavianly ancestor girl, this is my natural, like, this is what I meant to have. My hair, it bleaches well because it's meant to be blonde.
Yeah.
Like, Ariana, her hair is gone.
It is dark, and, like, and it's Italian, and it's thick, and that just doesn't hold up bleach for 3 years.
And it doesn't look great with their skin tone.
No, it has to be such a specific tone of blonde that no one gets right.
No one gets it right. And so I just don't like it. I don't like her as a blonde. I'm really sad her hair's gone, because it is.
I know, it's gone.
Like, that's a bummer, but man, bring out those wigs again.
What I think happened was, I bet they tried to touch up her roots for SNL.
Yeah.
And it just fried. So they threw a wig on her for SNL. Why they didn't throw a wig on her for the Oscars, I will never understand, because it looked so bad.
It looked so bad.
It looked so bad.
So yeah, these are my thoughts about it. I don't like it.
I agree.
Please leave.
But yeah, she was my worst dressed. Or just do it right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want, but I just think,
yeah,
your natural hair, at least close to your natural hair, looks the best. But
I agree.
But I mean, we both dye our hair, so we can't say that entirely.
I can't say that. Yeah,
but it's close to our natural hair.
Yeah, I mean, this was my natural hair when I was younger, like as a child. So, like, I'm not too far off. So I don't care.
Yes.
But these are my thoughts. So that's Oscars.
No, I agree. But yeah, Ariana was my worst dressed. Best dressed was probably Florence. She looked so good.
I love her so much.
And I feel like we've seen a lot of the same from her, where
it was nice
the bodice and the sheer, and pretty similar to what her Vanity Fair after party outfit was. So it was really fun to see something different, because I feel like we get a lot of the same with her. And she looked gorgeous.
She looked so good.
So good.
Yeah. It was a good time. So yeah, that's the Oscars, I think.
Yes.
That's my Oscars recap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about today is just blowing my mind, and it's consuming 90% of my thoughts. Kate Middleton.
She's missing.
Where is she?
Where is Kate Middleton?
Because she, like, this timeline is so weird. So I'll give a brief for those of you. This is not, I've listened to a lot of podcasts, they did this one, Red Room, she was talking about it as a conspiracy theory. So she was very detailed in her timeline and everything like that. Mad props to Jenny, but, like, wow, I'm not going to do that. But so, like, the last time she was seen in public was Christmas of last year. So about almost 4 months ago. Okay. Which is a long time for the royals to not be seen. And kind of weird. Like December 28th, an ambulance was called to Kate and Will's house. Nobody knows why, but there was an ambulance there, and that's that. And then about 2 weeks later, January 12th or 14th, I don't remember the day specifically, the palace released a statement saying that Kate was going in for a planned abdominal surgery, and that she was going to cancel all of her appearances till Easter, and she was going to be in the hospital for 10 to 14 days. That's a very long time to be in the hospital. Yeah. So she was going to be in the hospital for 10 to 14 days, come home, recover. We'd see her again at Easter church service. Which is
3 months away. That's a significant amount of time to not be seen.
Not to be seen, and you're like, okay, like,
whatever.
Go Kate. You just want to recover, so that's fine. So then, like, a couple weeks later, 2 weeks later, they say the princess is leaving the hospital. She's doing well. We'll update you if there's anything important. And then, people are, like, you don't hear about anything for like a month. And then people are kind of like, where's Kate? What's going on?
What's going on? We haven't heard anything.
In the meantime, King Charles was diagnosed with cancer, and they came and talked about that. And he said he wasn't going to be making any official appearances, but that he was going to still be working behind the scenes. Yes. And he has like had a couple of like recorded messages that he's played or like whatever. So he's been seen kind of, but not. But Kate has just been AWOL. Everyone's like, what is going on? So fast forward, this theory of like what's going on with Kate is really starting to like take hold.
Because it kind of died down. People were like, Kate's just recovering. Whatever.
Kate's just recovering, like whatever, no big deal. Yeah. Kind of died down, like wasn't worried about it. About a week ago now, she was spotted in a car with her mom. Her mom was driving her somewhere, whatever. But people looked at the pictures and it's not Kate, they don't think. Her face is swollen. She's missing her moles. So, like, even if she was just on medication that made her face swell, your moles don't go away.
The moles are gone.
Moles are gone. And so people are thinking, oh my heck, did they send out her body double to
make an appearance?
To be seen?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay, weird.
Yeah.
Fast forward to Sunday. It is Mother's Day in the UK. And Prince William and Catherine release a picture that they said William took earlier that week, and it's like, oh look, Kate's so happy, her kids, so happy Mother's Day,
perfect, everything's great.
Yeah, and so everyone's like, oh cute, that's fun. And then like a couple hours later, the Associated Press and a couple of other news outlets put out a kill order on the photo because they've looked at it and realized that the photo is doctored. So, like, there's a lot of, like, Photoshop errors on it and, like, stuff like that. And people are like, wait, this is weird. So, Well,
this picture looks like it was taken in August.
Yeah.
Because, like it's green in the bag. Everyone looks so warm and happy.
And so it's like,
It's February/March in England.
Like, not a good time.
It's not beauty.
And so everyone's like, that's weird. So they put out this kill order, whatever. And people are, like, analyzing it and all this kind of stuff. Then on Monday, Kate herself, because you'll always know if it's Kate or William themselves personally posting, because Kate will sign hers with a C. She'll say like whatever and then C at the end. William will do the same with the W. So Kate releases a statement saying that like just like any other amateur photographer, she plays with Photoshop and she's sorry for the like confusion and whatever that this played. So then people are like, this is weird.
Yeah. Also, she would have to be pretty darn good at Photoshop because it's a very well done Photoshopped picture. Yeah. It's just
Photoshop.
Yeah, people are just crazy and can find these things.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but mad props to them.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, okay, like that's really weird that she's saying that. Like this is weird. So people are like really skeptical about what's going on. Well, then Tuesday, she is seen in a car with William in the back seat, but you only see like the side of her
profile.
Face. And everyone's like, is that her? Is it a body double? What's going on? And so it's this whole conspiracy theory of like, where is Kate? So there's so many different things that people are saying. Like maybe she got an organ transplant and that's why, like maybe there's so many different things that they've said that people have guessed. Some of them are nefarious and I don't really like to think about those, It's a whole thing, like, is William's mistress taking over? Is this what, and
is she being Diana'd?
Is she being Diana'd? Is she in a coma? Like, there's so many different things. My favorite theory, though, she's on this season of The Masked Singer.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that is the most logical explanation.
Yeah, I've heard she's either on The Masked Singer or season 2 of Jury Duty.
What I wouldn't give to see her on Jury Duty.
I know.
Because season 1, incredible. Season 2, with the Princess of Wales, my dream.
Done
my
deal.
Dream.
So yeah.
Also The Masked Singer, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens.
So fun.
Who?
No.
Not Vanessa Hudgens this season. Kate Middleton.
Absolutely.
So
that would be so funny.
So I don't know.
Oh, I really hope she's on some reality TV show.
I know. Me too. So we've got about 2 weeks before we know what's going on with Kate.
Because Easter. They said Easter.
Yeah, so Easter's kind of our like okay, what's going on?
What's the deal?
What's the deal? Because, like, everyone's confused. Like, why can't she just record a message and say, hi, guys.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm at home.
The Queen would do that.
The Queen would do it. And
Charles is doing it.
Yeah, Charles has done it. Like, the Queen had bone cancer for 8 months before she died and couldn't walk for 6 of them. Nobody knew that because she was, like, presenting appearances and, like, recording messages from behind a table. Like, why can't Kate do that?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think she probably had, like, a hysterectomy or something.
Who knows? Maybe she was an organ donor for her sister or something.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't even know.
Kidney transplants.
But the palace did say at the beginning, I think it was March 4th, that Kate is continuing to do well and at a later date hopes to explain and talk about her experience. That also got people really confused. What is going on?
What is her experience?
So we will find out. But that's been gripping my mind.
Yes.
And I needed to talk to you about it.
There's also a theory going around that she has left England and entered America to be with Meghan Markle.
Yeah. And Oprah is...
break free.
Oprah is going to do the interview.
Yes.
And it premieres on Easter. So who knows? We're either getting her at a church service or on Oprah on Easter.
Or on The Masked Singer.
So
hoping for that third option.
So there we go. That's all I got on Kate Middleton, but holy cow.
We'll see. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at Pilates the other day, and the instructor goes, I think it would be really funny if we had the receptionist come in, take a picture of our class, and Photoshop Kate Middleton into it and be like, guys, we found her. She's at Pilates. We found her. So what did they do? They took a picture, Photoshopped Kate Middleton into it.
And guess who's
the other star of that picture?
Abigail Jones.
Me.
It's so good.
Right up front, right next to her.
We love it. So there you go.
I'm actually besties with Kate Middleton, and I just can't talk about it.
So you do know she's on The Masked Singer.
I can't talk about it.
So yeah. So that's all I got for this week. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Follow us on social media. It's just 801 Diaries Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Let us know if you have any recommendations or
stuff you want us to
talk about. What do you want to hear about? But yeah, I think that's it. Anything else?
No, I think that's all.
Alrighty. Bye.
Okay, see you guys. Bye.